Elon Musk fired 50% of Twitter.
Twitter is reportedly laying off about half of its 7,500 employees today.
Elon Musk is slashing jobs at Twitter.
Alex Becker shits on Twitter ads, and Elon actually responded. And Jack Dorsey apologizing. The Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, gets into a fight with the real-life Iron Man, Elon Musk. I mean, what is going on? When you have a company like Twitter that becomes so massive, it starts to carry a lot of dead weight. And so it creates a soft culture. And there's a reason why Twitter hasn't been profiting and making a lot of money recently. In fact, it's been losing money. And Alex Becker, in one of his tweets recently, said that their ad targeting is garbage. I myself found something similar when we were trying to run marketing and ads for Twitter on our channel. Nothing really worked and it didn't really make any sense. And the targeting was off. So we just stuck to YouTube ads, Facebook ads, everything like that.
So you want to become a JavaScript developer.
Going back to this whole thing, right? Why are people acting butthurt and acting like little bitches? If you are fired or you are laid off, just go somewhere else and find a job. Why spend time writing on Twitter and complaining about it? Like, what is that gonna do? Somebody like DM'd me. He's like, hey, what side are you on? This doesn't make sense in the context. He's fired a bunch of people for no reason except to save money. Didn't have anything to do with being valued, blah, blah. And I responded to him and I'm like, the side of truth. You're fired. Move the fuck on. That's the side that I'm on. And he goes, I mean, I'm sure, but there's still laws and people need to give notice and they should have all, they have kids and they might have been expecting a paycheck. Everybody got paid for 3 months. You're paid. You're literally paid for 90 days. If you can't find the job in 90 days, I mean, that's your own fault. Think about who got cut off. Content moderation team. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Transparency and ethics team. Weird ass teams are getting cut off. Yeah, there's some software developer getting cut off too, who probably weren't performing that well. You have just the top people left and you only have the department that's completely needed. Remember, a point of a company or a business, it's not to make your employees feel good. It's not to make your team feel better, right? It's not to employ and provide housing for people. Go spend that money on charity if that's your goal. A point of a business is to make money. It's to make profit at the end of the day, because if it's not making money, you won't be able to keep your employees. You won't be able to retain your freelancers or whoever's working with you. You won't be able to outsource your work, hire an agency, scale. You're kind of fucked, right? Making money is important. Well, the first rule of making money, as Warren Buffett says, is don't lose money. What's the easiest way to start making a lot of money at your company? Go find the worst performing talent at your company and go fire them, and do it sweetly. You can give them a severance package. You could pay them for a couple of months. It gives them a bunch of runway and it gives them time to figure it out. If you're an employee at Twitter, what do you really have to complain about? You already had a nice job. You got 3 months pay. For fuck's sake, you have vacation time that's paid for. Like, enjoy 2 months, take a vacation, and the third month, go find a job. Like, I don't understand what people complaining. I'm not saying he's right, and I'm not saying people who are fired are wrong, right? I'm saying that it happened. Thinking about it won't do shit. What I recommend you do is spend that time looking for a new job if you truly care about your family and you want to provide for them. What is subtweeting in a passive-aggressive manner on Twitter gonna do? I'll tell you, nothing. If you are a valuable person, you don't get cut. Jack Dorsey himself apologized that he scaled the team too quickly. He owned up to his mistake, which is, I think, very amazing of him to be able to do. But I can also see from this that it didn't seem like he was the one who made that decision happen, right? He didn't have, for a lack of a better term, the balls to make decisions that are this difficult, because there's going to be a huge lashback. But like in this situation here, Elon is able to make the hard decision that honestly, I don't envy, but I admire. And what you admire, you must acquire. And so it's a skill I'm looking to develop and get better at and, develop myself. And I hope that it inspires you, something you can do. And he said, look, I grew the team too quickly. This has happened to me as well, running my business. I grew the team too fast. I've made that mistake before. We had to let go and fire essentially over half of the team in 1 month. But guess who we fired? Everybody that was at the bottom. Everybody that wasn't holding their weight. The people that remained were the people that were the highest performing, that brought the most value, had the best mindset. Going back to this whole thing, right? With Jack Dorsey apologizing, yeah, he grew the team too quick. Elon is coming to correct that mistake. And here's the genius part. So he figured out that he's losing about $3 million a day because he's giving 3 months severance package for every single person, right? When you actually look at that, that's about $360 or $500 million that he has to give away just to fire these people and give them the severance package. But then the genius thing that he's doing is he's like, how am I going to fund that money? So he's looking into going into the IT department and cutting the spending in the IT department by $1 billion. So once he drops that by $1 billion, he'll have 500 million that he'll use to pay off all of these people and fire the deadweight. The other $500 million is going to be as a profit. One of the things, he's talking about doing is he wants to bring long form posts to Twitter, and he wants to monetize Twitter. And then somebody said YouTube brings 55% revenue, ad revenue. And Elon is like, that I'm going to beat that. And I'm going to bring creators more than 55% revenue. Now, how genius is that? He let go of all the people. He dropped the IT billing by $1 billion. So he's going to fund the letting go of the people. And then the other $500 million, he's going to use that to fund all of the creators like you, like me. I think that is amazing. That is incentivizing a whole new economy and a ton of new people to start creating and bringing content over to Twitter, because all of the people that are on YouTube, that are on Instagram, some of those people are going to start coming over to Twitter now as well, because, well, there's going to be more content creators and better content creators. There's this one person, he made a YouTube video and he basically shared his experience of getting fired. He expressed empathy and he was very sad that, so many people were let go, and then the ones who remained are going to be so affected by it. And he was so sad about that, right? Here are my thoughts on it. The ones who are left are fucking winners. And here's what's actually going to happen. This is what happens to the best sports team in the world. Sometimes they take the bottom, and then they cut, and then they're left with the highest performing team. And then that team just gets tighter and tighter because now there are actual standards that people have to live up to, right? So that half that's left, that's going to be like, yo, if I'm staying, I'm going to tighten the fuck up and we're going to make this thing grow. Because otherwise, what's the alternative? Twitter was going to die. It's been a long time coming. Everybody's been moving away from it and going to all these other platforms. Clearly not competitive. Nobody is spending their ad revenue on Twitter, ad spend on Twitter at all, right? So you have to do these things to make it a much more competitive platform. So first of all, it's like those are the people that are left. And even on his own video, right? One of the top comments is like, tens of thousands of Americans are laid off every month. The vast majority of them don't make $170,000 a year like this person has. Yes, it's tough, but suddenly feeling empathy for laid off workers who are highly compensated and working relatively comfortable jobs is too myopic for me. Agreed. What about the much greater number of low-income earners who lost jobs during the shutdown and who don't have highly marketable skills like this dude? Not to mention, Twitter was tanking financially despite how great he says all the employees were. Cry me a river. Yes, dude, you made great money. You work comfortably, and a lot of these people work comfortably. Why are you guys complaining? Like, shouldn't you be thankful that you got to work at an amazing company like Twitter, get so much experience, get paid so much, get 3 months severance package, and every single one of you that signs up for a job, this is what you're signing up for. The reason why you're not becoming an entrepreneur and starting your own thing is because it's fucking hard, and you signed up for a work-life balance. So when you sign up for that, you sign up for the fact that they could fire you or have layoffs or any of that at essentially any point in time. So I just don't understand why people are so upset about it instead of being grateful and appreciative of the time that they did have and then move on, right? This makes me feel like the people who complain and bitch about their ex. Unfair stuff happens to everybody, man. Like, I went to religious school from ages of 9 to 12 years old, and they just beat the fuck out of me for 4 years, and it was an awful experience. It felt like I did prison time for 4 years, but I converted that pain into resiliency. Convert your fucking pain into resiliency, right? Don't convert your pain into becoming a victim, into that being your crux for why you fucking suck. I'm not saying that this gentleman is doing that. I'm just saying, please don't do that, because that handicaps your potential and handicaps your upside in life. All right, then we got these Leechy ass lawyers. And like, you have this lawyer, Lisa Bloom, let's call her Leechy Lisa. And she goes, I'm now in contact with many Twitter workers who reached out to me about a class action lawsuit overnight. You had the right to 60 days notice under federal and state warrant acts. You didn't get it. Mr. Musk, the storm is coming. Hashtag Twitter layoffs. I don't know if she's this amazing activist who's like out there looking out for people. I mean, I just have bad experiences with most lawyers, and I'm just thinking, go fight some other case where there is a lot of unfair stuff happening. This isn't that unfair. You have people who are making 100K a year or more, and then they got 3 months severance package. Move on, pick another target. But of course you're gonna pick Twitter because that's gonna make you famous, and that's gonna be so good on your resume. Right? There's probably other situations which are much more unfair. This whole thing with that stuff is kind of BS. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like button. Peace.